Alrighty, and we are live. Yeah, John, it's mission 2 is a go. A couple guys already finished, and so it's going to be another fast one. Looks like so. Some guys are not going to get started though until mid-October, so we're going to have to wait for the results. All right, so what are we doing today? Schoolhouse Rock, Slaughter at Ponyri, number 9. This is going to be, I think, a quick one. Not a lot of units. You can see here we're looking at about 10 squads for each side. We do got some armor on the German, and we do have a KV-1 M42 coming on for the Russians turn 5, and 2 fortified locations and a 45, which I hit up here at the top because of all this open area to the top right. And it's, of course, difficult because when you're playing solo, you know where everything is. But I think given the open expanse to the top right, I don't see why a German player would come this side anyways. There's absolutely no cover. You have a couple of slices of debris. You got some hedge, which is a +1 for covered approaches. So it's sort of using armored assault. This is just death waiting for any German to come this way. So why wouldn't you use the rubble? And then with your smoke grenades from your assault engineer, your sappers with a 4, throw some smoke grenades over here and then dash into the debris. You're right adjacent to the school, so why wouldn't you do that? Which means I'm going to be attacking from the left side. So my gun clearly out of position, so I'm going to have to spin that around at some point. Interesting SSR is, and I think this is kind of cool, is number 4 here. So this adds a little bit of variety to the game, and what it is, it's danger close. What happened historically is one of the Russian officers inside the school called down a Katyusha strike on his position when the Germans got too close. So they're going to replicate that in the game by this variable die roll, turn 5 or 6. You don't know when it's going to happen, or the German doesn't know when it's going to happen. There's going to be a strike coming down. So on one of these 3 hexes, there's no chance of error. You randomize which one it's going to be, and this hex and whatever 2 hexes around it are going to get hit with a 200 millimeter rocket. A 120 millimeter rocket, not a 200. So it would have been better with the 200. So it's going to be on the 24 table. Everything within 2 hexes is going to get whacked on turn 5 or 6, which means the Germans have to get inside that building before then, because they're going to, if they get hit with a 24 table outside, they're just going to get vaporized, I think. And the game's only 6 turns, so they have to be inside the building by then when they get hit. ELR 3 and 4, SAN is 3 and 4 as well, and we're going to be entering concealed from the left edge. No wind at start, EC are moderate, and no quarters in effect. So let's get into it with a wind change. I deployed 1 squad, and I have them here. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to use them as a concealment buster. So this one guy here is going to be my first guy, and I'm going to try and get into this house because this is a good vantage point. And I'm going to send my fire base to Q66 with a view to blowing these guys away and then suppressing the upper floors so that I can actually advance into these areas without losing too many guys. At least that's my plan. We'll see how long that actually lasts in the game itself. All right, so let's go to right to movement phase. We have no rally activities except for the ones we just did. I'm thinking, actually, do I want to break down more units? I don't think I do. I do have smoke capability with a couple of the Stugs. And by the way, I got 3 different kinds of armor. So I got a Stu 42, I got a Mark 4, and I got a Mark 3. So the Mark 3 doesn't have any smoke. It just has smoke discharger. So I'm going to have to maybe use that to plop something down in the center. And I do have a KV coming on, which you can see its armor is ridiculous. 11 and up armor turret. And nothing I have is going to pen it because all I have is heat 6 and a heat 9. So maybe this heat from the 105 will pen it. But it's going to be interesting trying to kill that KV, which is probably going to walk all over me. So yeah, 15. I'm going to have to get very close with the heat shot. And even then, it's going to be a 4 or less. I need to kill it with a heat. So that KV-1 is just going to walk all over my Germans. I'm going to have to get in close with it. Hopefully it'll break down. It does have a red moving number, so we'll see how that pans out. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send in our brave little half squad scout. We're going to CX him, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to drop the conceal on this guy here, which will remove this guy's conceal. And we're going to blast them with a 4 down 2 shot. Okay, so that cowers, which is good from one perspective that this guy's now finaled. But this is going to be a 2 on the 2, and that's going to be a K. Yeah, K1. So he's dead. Where are we here? And we get a 1 residual in that location. Not great. He didn't make it very far. I was hoping to at least survive that and maybe come to this location, get some more shots. But alas, no. Now for my second trick. I need to get these 2 guys onto the board somewhere around here so that I can start pelting this place with smoke in my turn 2. I need to get this area smoked off, possibly this area as well with a smoke shell. And I can't do it until turn 2. So I'm going to send in this guy here, 1.5. This would be 3, 4, 5. 5 into this area, so I'd have to CX. If I go closer, then I got to worry about street fighting. And I got to worry about street fighting from this guy as well. So what if I go 3, 4, 5... CX would not get me into the building. 3, 4, 5, 6. I could be here in this open hex area. We'll do this guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What we're going to do, we're going to send the vehicle into bypass, and the infantry is going to try and enter that location. No, this might be suicidal. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to have to take a 1 flat. 7 on the 1 is a miss. Let's go 4. Do we want to hit him up here with our... I think we do. Now, here's something that we could do, and something I always forget to do, is leave residual firepower in an adjacent hex. Something good with vehicles. Even though the vehicle can't be harmed, we could leave residual firepower in an empty hex for future movement purposes. The problem is that it's going to be attacking at half firepower, and then it will be halved again for an empty hex. So, for example, this 4 firepower would be a 2 here, and then it would be halved because it's area fire again, so it's going to be on the 1 table, which means it's not going to leave any residual. So that would actually be a non-starter. Let's do this. Let's fire. It's going to be on the 8 table down 2. All right, so that's a 3 on the 8. It's going to be a K2. All right, so who gets it? We have a leader. We have a squad. Leader is wounded. 2 check. Leader is heated battled, and the 468 is fine. Heated battle. We have a 3. So our leader is now heroic. And that is that. So unfortunately, we're now out of move for our heroic leader, and we have 4 residual in allocation. Get rid of this. And that was no rate. So we are first fired on that guy, which is also good. Problem is, this is the only way to get through this hex, and we now have 4 residual in that location. And we did say we were going to not CX. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can no longer enter this hex now because of that. I could with my vehicle. No, I couldn't because I can only do 5 move now. with this guy here. All right, we're going to come forward one more hex. We're going to come to here. The hero's going to have to stay behind because he's wounded. And yeah, that's fine. I think I'm going to clip this, so I'm not going to bother with subsequent first fire. Yeah, this sucks. This sucks. Now I'm going to have to change my plan. 1, 2, 5. I could use CX and get into this location. I could use CX and get into this location, and my armor could come into this location. I cannot enter that myself because I would die with a 4 down, with a 4 flat shot. Alright, so let's do this here. This vehicle is going to go 1, 2, turn that off, you don't need that for now. Two, this would be 3, 4. If I do an overrun, okay, hear me out. So if I do an overrun, it's going to cost me half my move, which would be 7, plus another 4, which would be a total of 11. I've already used up 4, so that would be an extra 2. I'd have to do an ESB with a plus 4. I would do a 16 up 2 attack with a real chance of breaking my vehicle. If I ESB break down outside, that's where I would stay, is in that hex. Which is not a bad hex to break down in, because I could provide a lot of permanent cover, as well as it's a permanent pillbox for shooting down. It's not bad. On the plus side, if I don't break down and I go in and then immobilize, I could at least be in cover for when that KV comes in. I don't know, though. I don't know if I want to do that. This is a dummy stack here, so if you're wondering why this guy's not attacking. Too early. Let's stop here. As a matter of fact, let's pop smoke. Alright, so I don't have smoke. Not to this round anyways. And then this guy here is going to CX. We're going to go 1.5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too far for you. I could fire this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be on the 4 table with the down 2 shot. But I have everything else coming on, so I don't know if I want to waste all my shot on this guy here. Right now he's not impactful, so I'm going to let him come in. And you're going to sit there. And then these guys. 1, 2, 5. Let's do armored assault. We're going to come in here for 1, 2. These guys are going to late CX and come into here. For 5. This guy's going to come into here, and he's going to stop there. I could fire that guy with a two down one shot would actually not be bad. This guy is closer technically, though. I would have to fire at that. I don't think I'm allowed to fire at that guy because it's AFE, even though I can't necessarily hurt it. Is that true? If I cannot hurt it, do I still have to fire at it? Let me look at subsequent first fire. Yeah, closest armed known enemy unit. Doesn't specify. Yeah, that's where Sleeves Freeze comes in because it doesn't matter. I can't harm this unit, but I'm limited by what I can fire at, which is a limitation of the rules, obviously. So, all right, so I can't fire at that guy. Next up, we're going to move you. How do we want to move you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three. Let's move these guys here. They're going to come 1. Yeah, that's fine. I forgot to specify. They're going to lose their concealment because I went the wrong way. 1, 2, 3. And then late CX will come in here for 5. I think I have to do this. Let's first fire. We'll do a 6. 6 down 1. 8 on the 6 is a miss. And we have 2 residual. Now you guys are going to go 1, 2, 3. And I don't think you're going to be in LOS, which means I think you're going to keep your conceal. Yes. All right, so you keep your conceal, which is what I want. Now you, what do you want? 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you're going to be brave. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to go bypass, get hit with the 2 down 2 shot. Okay, you're dead. And then you guys are going to come in here to there. You lose that because these guys can now see you. Yeah, a little bit of hit. My half squad scouting clearly not up to task. And then you guys can go 1, bypass 2. This would be 5. Let's lose that. And we're going to come here 1.5, bypass 2.5, and then 5 here. We'll lose that, and this will be a 6 up 1. 4, 5 on the 6 is a 1 check, so the 9, 2. And the 4, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7. All right, so this guy here is ELR is 3. Down 2, though. Just broken. And he's got the medium dismantled. Okay, so that's that. And we had... Oh, I didn't put the sand in. I think I just hit 2 sands. I did. Yeah, all right. So 3 and 3. Let me do 4 and 4 here. Save that. We got 2 snipers. 1, 2. No sniper. All right. And defending fire, we have Russian off-board artillery. You have contact, you don't have access yet. So OBA, this is 80 millimeter. And they have normally 5 and 2. HEN smoke. Yeah, nothing special. So yeah, you're just 5 and 2. All right, so let's see if they get access, and where do you want to put it? All right, so they get access. Let's bring down an AR on, I think we'll drop it here. They need a 1 for accuracy. It's not accurate, and it goes 4 for 2. 1, 2. Spotting rounds in place, and it's going to really impact them on the next turn. So they have access, and they have a spotting round. All right, advancing fire. I think I'll keep the gun hidden for now. I'm not going to spin it around until they start moving. I do have a first level guy here. Do I want to move or fire him? Four up 2. I don't know. I don't think I do. So advancing fire. Let's fire this here. That'll be on the 6 table. 6 down 1. No effect. Here we're going to have a... it wouldn't be on the 6. That would be halved. On the 2 table. And this would be on the 2 table up 2. No effect. And let's get some acquisition up top. Let's fire the machine guns first. So it's going to be a 4 up 4. And then a impossible shot. And next round, actually no wait, you're the guy that doesn't have smoke. Yeah, you don't have smoke. This guy here is going to fire 2 up 2. No effect. And let's fire 8 up, no half, 4 up 2. 7 on the 4 is going to be a pinning task check. So those guys are gone. And then nothing on the main gun. You guys here, let's get acquisition. And next round we can put down a smoke cell. All right, so that's it for that. And then route phase. No road, nothing broken except for this guy here. You're fine in the rubble. Or do we move you back to... Is rubble? I forget. In Ponyri, is rubble rally terrain? Stone rubble is treated as a building for route, rally, and ambush. So not wooden. Alright, so you're going to have to retreat. No, you're going to stay there. That's fine. The 9-2 leader should help with the rallying, theoretically. No route, and then we'll go advanced phase. So you jump into the building. The hero is going to jump up here. You guys will jump into here. And everybody else will just daisy chain forward. You're going to come under this vehicle here. All right, and then we're going to go into Russian turn 1. S68 is debris. S68. Yes. Yeah, it's debris hex. Jesus, that is some blue text in the background, Kevin. Yeah, it's debris hex. So debris is a +1 TM. But yeah, it's debris. That is really, like, you can't see this here, but I'll show you quickly. Like, this is your dark blue on a black text. A black background, very difficult to see. All right, so wind change. We have no wind. We have 1 rally for the Germans. That's not good enough. And let's get into the prep. And what do we want to do first? I guess we do the artillery. Do we want to adjust or just drop it in place? It's only 80 millimeter, which doesn't have a great chance against the vehicles, although there are 3 tanks that's going to be in the blast radius. Problem is, if I move it, it's going to be off by 1 maybe, and I have a good chance of hitting my own guys here, which I don't want to do. Although I could land it here. I mean, this would be perfect. Yeah, it would. It's not the wrist, it's my my arm. What I have is your short and long tendons up here in the bicep are excruciatingly painful, so I got to wait a month to get some physio on it. And right here, the elbow joint as well, so that's why I got my little heating pad here, so trying to alleviate my pain. Getting old sucks. Getting old sucks. But yeah, it's definitely a smaller scenario than the big one. Oh, here's an interesting, by the way, guys, for those of you that were following along in that game, the one I was just playing. So this is what I rolled. 311 suspect counters, 157 activated. This is what I activated, 189 squads. Wow. This is what I killed. This is what's still alive at the end, but 189 squads I activated. that is redonkulous for a scenario that big. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Now I got to do it all again from the other side. I think I'm going to leave it in place and just convert. I would need a 1 for accuracy, and I don't trust the 1, so I'm going to leave it in place. We're going to convert to an FFE1, and it's going to drop an 80 millimeter OBA right there. So target hex is a 7. We get no modifiers, and I need basically a 5. No, wait, that's a 80 millimeters. So I need a 5 or less to get a result to immobilize the vehicle. In Q69, we get a 5. Up 2 is a 7. So that's going to be a 2 check on the wounded hero or wounded leader. Another heated battle for that guy. Seriously. And this time he will be... actually, he's going to be a -1 now because he's elite. So it's going to be battle hardened. Yeah. Battle hardened heroic wounded leader. That guy's been through the war, all right. And the CX467 2 check. You're effectively an 8-0 now, so you can't really help him. So he's broken. And then the R69 and R70. Fuck. All right, so that's going to be a +1, which is a 5. Going to be a 3 check on the 3 check on the squad, which is a pin. Amazingly, it's only a pin. However, this is going to be a K. What is it? 6-3. No modifiers is going to be a 4, which is a K3. Now that's going to be a mobilize, or is it shock? I can never remember. The color die is less than the white die. I believe that is a hull hit. I don't know why I have trouble remembering that. Yeah, if the colored die is less than the white die, is a turret hit. Okay, so it's a turret hit, which means it's a shock or possible shock. Looking at this to kill HE. HE is equals final kill number, or K number, is a shock. So it is a shock, okay. So you're under one of these. And I cannot believe I just pinned the squad. And then do we set Q71 to fire? We do not. And what about P70? P70 is not. All right, so this is back to an FFE2. And that is fine. White over red, hit in the head. That is a great one. I got to remember that. White over red, hit in the head. White over red, hit in the head. That is awesome. Thank you, Kevin. I think I can actually remember that one. White over red, hit in the head. White over red, hit in the head. I think I got that. All right, this guy here is going to do a 4-up-2. That's going to be no effect. Firebase Charlie. Let's do an 8 down 1. 8 on the 8's an NMC. It'll be an 8 on the 4 for the concealed, which is no effect. So this is a NMC. So you are pinned. And once again, we have no rate on my medium. White over red, hit in the head. Good old mnemonics. Let's do a 6-up-1 here. That's the location of a vehicular hit. I always forget when you hit a vehicle, if it's white die is greater than the colored die, is it a vehicle turret or a hull hit? I always forget that. But if you remember white over red hit in the head, then it's lets you know that it's a turret hit. Because I don't know why. I cannot grok that. I cannot grab that thought. It just slips out of my head every time. But that was a good one. All right. So that was a miss. Russian firing is not that great, although the artillery was not that bad. And then we have a 4, but I'm not going to release you yet. So let's do these guys here. I think I have to kill this. So let's do a 6-up-2. And that's going to be no effect either. All right. Unfortunately, that was it. Move. Let's come into here. Yeah, let's come into here. And then we can go to defending fire. All right, you're going to assemble. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to do that. And this guy was DM'd because of that shot. And then let's fire these guys here. So this will be on the 12, up 1. 7 on the 12 is a 1 check. Half squad and the full squad. Wow. Might be a really short game. That was a 7. Down 1 is a 6, up 4. Oh, you're just within the ELR, that's fine. Do we want to lose concealment now? I think we do. And we're going to fire on the 12 with a plus. Wrong, that'll be on the 6 table. Halved will be on the 6 table with a +2. Wrong. This will be halved again, so it's going to be 7. Halved is 3.5. Halved is 1 and a bit. So it's going to be on the 6 table halved. No, on the 4 table. It's going to be on the 4 table with a +2. No effect. And then you are going to fire HE upstairs. +1 buttoned up, 2 for the FFE, 4 for the buildings, a +6. But you're required, so it's going to be a 5, 3 or less to hit. And no rate. The 105 is going to get acquisition again. No rate, and that would be a miss. But you both acquire twice. And you are going to do a 4 up 2. 7 on the 4 is a pinning. And he's pinned. Okay. Advancing fire, we're not going to shoot. And then road phase. All right, so we're going to move where? Let's get out of the FFE. We're just going to come back here. Low crawl 1 hex. I can't come to this location because it's moving closer. I could come to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could actually reach that location. And that means I'm going to move you guys back as well so that I don't have to worry about constantly being under DM. And then you are going to slide back under here. All right, Russian advance. What do we have here? An 8-0 upstairs, eh? I really would like this guy to come down here, but I missed my opportunity. You're going to come down here. Do I shift my leaders over? Do I put the 9-2 over here and bring the 8-1 over here? I'm going to put the 9-2 here. And we're going to move the medium to this guy here. That gives this guy no targets for their smoke. I know that they're going to put down. We still have this guy here. That's fine. All right, and then close combat, none. And then we go into turn 2. All right, wind change. Pins off. And we have no concealment gain. You're right. You're correct. That's correct. He only has 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, you're right. Yep. This guy would get conceal. And rallies. So we have one self-rally here. No. We have to flip this over now, so let's do that. All right, so now we're going to be 50-50. We don't know what happened with our tank. We have to get out of this blast radius, but we're going to be attacked when we do. Prep fire. Prep fire. This is going to be an 8 up 1. Let's get the 9-2. 8 up 1. NMC, the 9-2, and the 4-4-7. That is an NMC, which means this guy's pinned. Yes, it's a half-level obstacle, yeah. So this guy's sitting in the open right now. Oh, they could have been interdicted. Yeah, they could have been interdicted. That's right. Yeah, I'm making a whole bunch of mistakes. Yes, they would have been interdicted. They would have been interdicted. So I'm going to keep him back here then with their DM. No, this guy's going to make it back to here. Yeah, they would have been interdicted, you're right. This guy's going to keep his DM. No, he's going to take his DM off. Because he's not in open ground, so he can take that off. This guy is fine. He can take his off too. So that's fine. They just stay where they are. They didn't rally anyways. No harm. But that is correct. They would have been interdicted when they traveled in front of that half-level obstacle. Or behind it. You guys keep me honest. That's good. Keep doing that. So you guys pinned. And that is no rate on that. So you guys are done. Now I have to get going. So I can't spend too much time. You guys are going to pop smoke. You guys are going to dash to there. You guys are going to pop smoke. You guys are going to dash to there. You guys have to move. You guys have to move as well. So I'm going to go to movement phase. And this guy's going to start up for 1. And we're going to come here for 2. I got a half squad here. I just don't like my chances. I think he can do street fighting because there is a road. No, he wouldn't do street fighting. Either way, it would only be a 3 CCV. Motion vehicle would be a +2, so it's unlikely you're going to get a shot anyways. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to try and pop smoke in this location. Again, I don't have it. So that's 2. Let's stop there for 3. We're going to fire machine guns at 4 up 2. No effect. And let's fire the main cannon. No rate. My half squad scouts are gone. This 548 is going to throw smoke into R68. Unless he does that. And then he's going to assault move into that location. This 9-2 is going to fire direct that pinned half squad or squad. So it's going to be a 2. They would have wall advantage because they're in the debris. Which would be a +1. -2 would be a -1 on the 2 table. 4 on the 2 is going to be a 1 check. And they are fine. Rate of fire. No, I lose it because I'm pinned. So that would be 1 residual. This isn't firing, so I'm wondering, would it be a dummy stack? One, 2, 3, 4 to find out. I would get pushed back. I would get hit with a 1 residual down 2 shot. Possibly secondary fire with a 1 down 3. Let's try it. We're not gonna CX. We're gonna go 1. So we're gonna get a 1 down 2. So that's no effect. 2 for the wall. We're gonna get into these guys. This guy's gonna reveal himself. We're gonna get bumped back into here, where we get. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get hit again with the 1 down 2. No effect. And this guy will then decide to fire with a 4. 4 flat. Pinning task check. And you are fine. 4 flat because, again, wall advantage. Due to the wall advantage, yeah. I didn't rally these guys. I completely forgot the Russian rally phase. And that would CX them, right? Because they got pushed back. Now I could also fire again subsequent from these guys. That would be on the 1 table. One down 2. But I still have these guys left to move as well. 1 down 2. Yeah, let's do 1 down 2. Okay, no effect. Final fired. And you're done as well. Okay, so next up, we're going to fire a smoke grenade into here. That goes off. For 2, and then you guys are going to assault move into that. For 4, I guess it wouldn't be assault moving. You would just move into that. You guys are going to unload. This would be 8. 8 up 2. I could fire 12 up 2. Or I could just wait. I think I'll save the 447. We're just going to do an 8 up 2 from those guys. 8 up 2 into there. No, it'd be non-assault, so it would be 8 up 1. Either way, it's no joy, and it just broke my frickin' medium. I tell you, man. Now I could do a 2 up 2, but that would be a waste. Now you guys would be 2, 3, 4, 5 into S67. That would be really aggressive if I go into S67. So why would I do that? Why would I do that? Nothing down here can fire. They're broken. I would force these guys to fire. This would be an 8. 8 flat shot into there. Maybe a secondary fire from this guy. If I break, I can come back to here and into there. So I do have a retreat option. I won't get vaporized. If I live, I can force these guys to rout away. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna go into here for 2, 3, and then for 5. 2. So this guy would fire then. It would be on the 2 table with a +1. Let's do that first. As a matter of fact, before we do anything, you guys fired here, so that was 8, so that would be on the 4 table. 4 residual there. I would have to take that, and that would be a 4 up 1 shot. So I don't think I can run through there. If I run through here, that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. I could dash through there, and then I would not take the shell holes. If I dash through there, again, it's going to be an 8 flat. I don't think I would FPF. Possible subsequent first fire here. subsequent first fire there. Let's do it. We're going to dash into there. I could do a 2 down 2 shot from here. Or here. That would be a 1 down 2 shot. So 1 down 2. Okay. So this guy, subsequent first fire, that's a 2 on the 1, which is a 1 check. 8-0. And the other dude. Alright, so again, random.org in my favor. 2 snipers. 1, 2. And the first guy is a 2 for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, John, you go have a good lunch, buddy. That reminds me I could eat something to do. So they survived all that just to get hit when they land in this location. Leader, squad. How in the hell does this shit happen to me? Now I don't need to fire these guys anymore because the job is done. I could fire a 2 flat here. Try and break the leader as well. I don't think I want to do it against a squad though because they might go heat a battle and that would be bad. So that's fine and that would be no residual there. Down here. Let's assault move into the shell hole. You can wait for your shot and then we're going to assault move into there. You can wait for your shot. This guy here is going to start up. And we're going to go... what? I'm going to come here for 2. We're going to get hit with that. That's not going to do anything. We're going to pivot for 3. I guess we would get hit again, wouldn't we? And then we're going to come out of that for 4. And we're going to stop there. Defending fire. Everything is shot except for this guy and this guy. We're going to keep our conceal there. We're going to do a 4 up, 1 from this guy here. 6 and the 4 is a NMC. And he's fine. All right, so then OBA, forgot about that. Do I care about this guy here? I don't think I do. I'm going to adjust it to here. So I need a 1 for accuracy because we're off board. And it can only be off 1 location. So it's going to be a 2, which is not optimal, I won't lie. But I'm in a +4 in the basement, +3 upstairs, so that's okay. And it's going to land there. All right, so target hex with a +1 is a 9 on the 80, is a 1 check. So these guys are gone. And our intrepid half squad survives. Well done, lads. Well done. Up here, that will be a 13. Which is nothing. A +3 and a +4 is nothing. This tank here is a +1, is an H, so it should be a 1 check. Yeah, 1 check on the squad. He's fine. And on this location here, we have a 1 check on the 548 and the 468. Both are fine. And then on this location, we have a flat 1 check. And they're broken. All right, so that is actually not horrible, not horrible. Infantry is surviving, and we're breaking the Germans. So, little danger close, but I think we can deal with that. Advancing fire phase. Gotta be honest, I was hoping to get more shots, but you two are going to fire group onto this guy. It's going to be a 4 up 3. No effect. You fired. You are going to try and get acquisition on here. It's going to be +1, +2, +3, +6. Button up is +7. 2x range is going to be a +6. It's going to be snake eyes, so no point. Infantry is going to be 6 assault fire. And another 6 will be on the 12 table. +1, +2, and then +3. 6 on the 12 is a 1. And this guy breaks. And then route phase. All right, so unfortunately we have to do some retreating. You're going to run to there. You guys can go 1, 2. That would be 5. You guys can go into the building. You won't be affected because you're gaining cover. So you should not be attacked by the OBA. I have no idea how I'm going to deal with this now. All I can do, hope for, is that they draw red in their next chit draw. Wow. Brutal. 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 All right, advance phase. Well, so much for advancing into that location. Or do I just go for it? I have an 8 morale troop. +1 for the debris. Let's do it. 1 check. Oh well. I have to try, right? Close combat, and then into the turn 2. All right, so changes of the wind, pins come off, preps, residual, def, pins. All right, so wind change. We have no wind. Rallies. We need. Are they fanatic? They are fanatic in that building too, aren't they? Yeah, they're Fnatic. I completely forgot. So that means these are 7s plus 1 is an 8. With the -1 leader would be a 9. Down 4. So I need 5s. 1, 2. And then I need a 8, 9, 10, a 6. And repair that. For the Germans, we have a 5. I think I need a 7. And this guy needs a 6. No. Alrighty, 50-50. And we're fine. Wait, that's off. Alright, our tank is just fine. Alright, moment of truth. We need to do something with the OBA. Let's leave it in place. We'll get access now. We get black. You know what that means. We're going again. FFE1. Target hex. We have a 9, which is a pinning task check, so they're... oh, wait, that's on the 16. 9 is a 1 check. He's fine. You're fine there. This one here, +3 and +4. That is going to be a 9 and a 10, which should be 1 checks. 1 check and an NMC. So 1 check on the 9-2. 447 is broken. And then an NMC here. So this guy is broken. Okay, maybe not so good. And the 237, broken, fine, and fine. So unfortunately, it did not work out as planned in the second round. I'm going to have to adjust it. All right, this guy here. 6 on the 16 is a 2 check. So I don't get any result on the AFV. That is going to be a 2 check on that guy though, and he's broke. And here, same thing. You're fine, and that's it for that. Flipped over. FFE2. All right. I guess we'll fire you. That's an easy one to do. 4 up 2. You keep your conceal. This should be gone. That didn't pan out like I thought it would. And you guys here are going to fire on the fire base. So we'll drop this for now, may as well. And we'll do a 12 up 2 over here. 10 on the 12 is a pinning, 8-0. And the 4-6, this guy here. So you're fine. 8-0 is fine, and the 4-6-7 is fine sniper. Right, and that is pretty well that. No move. And defending fire phase. All right, the 9-2 is going to return fire. We're going to do a 8 table. Eight up 1. 6 and the 8's a 1 check, so the 8-0. is 7 up 4 is 11, so you're just broke. 458 is fine, and the 447 is fine. Task check. For the 447, he's fine as well. No German snipers yet, though, so distressing. What would it be? Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 7. So yeah, so still no point you shooting. This guy here would be a plus 4. 1, 2, 4, 5 buttoned up. Would be a plus. Would be 3 or less to hit with the gun, and a plus 4 with the machine guns. 8 on the 8 is the NMC. And on the main cannon, we have rate. We have a hit. That might be critical. Buttoned up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2x range is a plus 4. And you acquired. So yeah, that's a critical. So it's going to be on the 8 table down 2. So it's going to be a 3 on the 8, which is a K. And they break. So you don't have to worry about shooting anybody. Now I need to get these guys into that building really quickly. Running out of time and space to maneuver. Advanced fire phase. None. Route phase. Attacker first. Alright, so we're going to do a little maneuvering here. We have 2 squad equivalent down there. Let's come into here. You guys are coming to here. Let's actually send one half squad over here. And that way the guy outside can make his way in to here. A lot of broken Russians, so Germans for their part. This guy is going to get out of the FFE. This guy is going to stay. I could leave. I'd be covered. I wouldn't be able to be interdicted, but I would have to do an attack here to make it to safety, and then have to come all the way back. How am I going to maneuver? We're going to run into the rubble here. That's going to DM everything here. We're going to have a 458 point blank. That's going to hurt. I could send this tank in to freeze him and prevent him from shooting this guy. I may have to do that. That means you guys could take the long way around. Or I just send you through the OBA. You're going to have to suppress this. Back to you. What do I do with you? I think I just leave you there. You're not in open territory, so you can stay there and hope for a self-rally. That's fine. You'll stay there. Advanced phase, we are not going to be going into the... Oh, shit. I see what I did there. Yeah, I just screwed myself because I left all my broken guys on this side where I'm vulnerable. I should have gone into this side and then moved my healthy guys there. That was a stupid mistake. I just screwed the Russian defense by doing that. Okay. Well, I could always do this. What do we have up top? We have one squad. Let's leave the medium over there. This guy's going to come over here. Actually, if I move everybody, I can still cover this route here through this hex grain. I don't have to worry about this location, so that's fine. I can do that. And I do have that squad as well as the AT gun still there too. And then close combat none, and we are into turn 3. 3 more turns of movement after this. We are into the wind change. No wind, another 7. I need a 4 self-rally. 3 self-rally. Okay, well. That's not a 3. That'll come off. This guy here needs a 6. And that'll be that. Russians rally this dude. That comes off. That comes off. Over here. This guy here. Not good enough. 10 down 4. We are fanatic. That will be good enough. And in this location, that will not be good enough for you. Oh, I forgot to put rubble on this building. All wood buildings are rubble. So this should be actually a rubble building. All right, so what I'm going to do with you... So we do have smoke. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to pivot our turret 1. It's going to be a wrong way. That's going to be a +1. Buttoned up is +2. We're going to fire a smoke shell into this location. We're going to pay +3, +4 for line of sight hindrance. Our basic hit number is going to be a base of 7 because of the smoke gives us a +2. Sorry, 9. Button up is +1. Pivot is a +2. Smoke or the OBA gives us a +4. That'll bring it down to a 5 or less to hit to put smoke in there. All right, so that is a smoke shell, but it is our last one, and I do not get it. I missed. So we're out of smoke. All right, we're going to move. Got no time for this. We're going to spark up for 1. We're going to go in here for 2. We're going to get hit with this. We're going to die. Oh, God. You can't make this stuff up. Well, I wanted a smoke screen, and I guess I got myself a smoke screen. I thought it was +1 per hex. And it was the harassment was never more than a +1. I mean, you're right. You're probably right. So let me check. Confirm what you're saying. Hindrance never exceeds +1 per FFE. Right. You're right. You're right. So that would have been a +1 buttoned up, +2. Would have brought it down to a 7. 7, so I still would have missed. But you're right. You're right. Yeah, it would have been a +1 regardless. Well, Snake Eyes put pay to that frickin' tank, so yeah, that's a rip. That's a rip. Now that's going to be a 16 firepower attack down 2. So if I use assault movement here, that would be a 16. Um, 16 up 1, I would get wall advantage for that. No, the FFE would be a +1. Wall would be a +2. Would be a 16 up 2 if I do assault move here. Nine on the 16, I think we said was a 1. And he's pinned. You know? Well, all right. Let's use armored assault. We'll come here for 1, 2 for the vehicle. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Um, well, yeah, I guess that just happened. I guess that just happened. Let's dash into here. This guy will unzip his fly and do a 4 flat. 6 on the 2 is a pinning. And he is fine. That's yeah, let's not talk about that. Defending fire. I think that's going to be it. I could fire this, but I think I'll wait. I'll keep my conceal. I might need that later on. Advancing fire. That would be a 4 plus 1, 2, 5. That would be not worthwhile. What about a 4, 2, 2 up 3? And then a 2 up 1. No effect. Route phase. I think I forgot to do my attack. 6 up 1 is going to be a 2 check, so that guy's gone. Rubble T67. Nope. And that is that. So that would be a continuation. And into the Russian turn 3. Wind change. We have a 6. Self rally. That leader there. This leader here. So we have no self rallies for the Russians. So these guys need a 7, 8, 9. 9 and a 10. Heat of battle. That would be Bazoik. All right, and for the Germans, for their part, that guy needs a 8, of course. And prep. All right, so let's do the AT gun. First, we'll fire at the 9.2 since we have it acquired. It'll get rid of the debris, so it's going to be 8 or less. That is a hit rate of fire on the 4. We have a NMC, leader, and squad. Both break. Swing fire here. Rate of fire and a hit. And an 8 on the 4 is nothing. Hit. 5 on the 4 is a 1 check. And they should be fine again. Last shot, and that'll be a 1 check. All right, an MC. Pinned. Let's move. What do you want to move? Let's move the 447 and this guy as well. So we'll fire the 458 with the medium and the 9-2. We're going to do an 8 down 1. 6 on the 8's a 1 check for the shell hole guy, and he's broken. And then down here, you guys are fine. Oh, I forgot to do my OBA. I need access, so let's put an AR here. And I got another black. 1 for accuracy. Nope. Spotting round is 6 for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 off here. So we're going to be off board. And end of action for that guy. So that means we can then move. So you guys are all moving. Let's go to move. Berserk guy is going to charge this guy here. So that'll be 2. Three. This guy will fire. So it's going to be on the 8 table, down 2. 6 on the 8 is a 1 check. And he's a half squad. I don't know why I'm playing this right now, because there's absolutely no way that the Germans can pull this off. There's no way that they can pull this off. There's just not enough fuel in the tank. They still have a 120 OBA come down in 2 turns. I've got 1 unbroken squad, 2 unbroken squads, and a tank. If I fire this at this guy, I don't even have any other shots, except for this one guy here. +1, -1 cancel, so this will be on the 4 table with a -1. 5 on the 4 is a 1 check. Yeah, see? Well, that is a very short game, because I think I'm done with this one. Having 2 snake eyes blow my freaking tanks out of the water. Right here and right here. Mark III and a Stu-42 both blown out of the water with snake eyes from a frickin' 80mm OBA. And each one of them killed a squad too. Let's stay inside the building. And we'll wait for defending fire phase, which is this guy here. So he's going to do a 4 up, 5. Good luck with that. This guy here is going to fire his shot over here, which is going to be on the 4 table, up 5. And then a main cannon. Good luck with that. Brings us to the rout phase, or sorry, advancing fire phase, triple and half. So it's going to be a 2 up 1 shot. 6 on the 2 is nothing. Pinning. Broken, so it doesn't matter. And then in the rout phase, they come back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is done. This is done. I would cause more harm by dropping that artillery on myself than I would. There's no Germans I can even hit with it. That would be funny. I'd bring down the Russian OBA on myself, kill myself, and then the Germans just swoop in and take it. These guys go full squad in the rally phase. You guys stay there. Yeah. Yep, that's it. All right, we're going to call it there. Yeah, that was a very piss poor performance, I must say. I don't think anything I did was wrong except maybe bring this guy in too close. But Snake Eyes, man, come on, give me a break. This guy was just shit luck. Another Snake Eyes. And after that, it just petered out. There wasn't anything I can do. I think the stupidest move was maybe bringing this guy in here. Trying to force the FFE, but yeah, just 2 Snake Eyes. What can you do? The ever-present dice bot is the bane of my existence. Here we have a nice spread, just the way it's supposed to be. Just bad timing on the way the dice fell. I don't think a German could come any other way. You have to use the rubble to your benefit. You can't come in this way because it's so wide open. You got a 45 double long hidden somewhere within 3 hexes of this guy right here. And with wide open terrain, he's going to take out your tanks one by one. So why would you risk it? And you got 2 fortified locations. Plus, you have an OBA, and you have a 120 that's coming in sometime in turn 5 or 6. So I wonder what the Sneer Archive has this one as. Oh, heavily flavored for the Russians. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, shocker. Heavily favored for the Russians. Look at that. 9-2. 9 games to 2 for the Russians. 2 hours? It took me 1 hour and 45 to realize that. Yeah. Turn 2, Russian OBA devastated assault. Yeah, so heavily favors the Russian in this one. I don't think the Russians need an 80 millimeter OBA. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. What does the balance have? One fortified location. Oh, yeah, I didn't even bring on the reinforcements. These guys come on in turn 5. I don't think they need it. The OBA is just a killer. You don't need 80 millimeter OBA coming on. I really don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of that babble. Yeah, so nice short stream for Saturday afternoon. You got to see me get my ass kicked by myself. So there is that. So tomorrow I think I'm going to do the, well, we'll figure out what to do tomorrow. Next weekend we're not going to do a Saturday game because it's Thanksgiving here in Canada. So I'm going to be out of town for that, visiting the in-law. And we won't be back for Saturday until the one after that. And we'll see how that goes. So look for some more videos coming up. And we'll talk to you guys in those. Thank you very much for coming out on this Saturday, guys. Have a great rest of the week.